Warning, this video contains strong language on commentary. That's literally it.
Tonight, the evil genius of Extreme has one night to bring back that feeling that's been missing as of late. You will remember this premium live event here in Philly, especially that this event isn't for the weak of heart. In fact, we just don't fucking care anymore. Tonight, I welcome you maniacs to the third edition of ECW's One Night Stand.
As we're live in the Wells Fargo Center, here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the home of next year's WrestleMania. Welcome to ECW's One Night Stand. This year, the one night, as the wise man said it elegantly, a night where we just don't give a fuck anymore. Tonight, where superstars get extreme under the original banner of Extreme Championship Wrestling. We kick the night off with a bonus matchup.
The following is a Gauntlet Eliminator match. The rules of the match are as follows. Two superstars will start in the ring. At regular intervals, a new superstar enters the match. Elimination can occur anywhere in the arena. The match continues until one superstar remains, and that superstar will be declared the winner!
Oh my goodness! Enter the Sandman! Hardcore ECW legend!
And from Philadelphia, weighing in at 240 pounds, the Sandman!
You can't have an ECW PLE without the Sandman! A former ECW champion! Sandman making his way down the aisle because he's ready to kick some ass! The Sandman, kendo stick in hand, already drank. I saw him smoke a bogey outside. Sandman is ready to go! He's ready to cane some skulls in, bash some brains in, and just get all the way fucking wicked. Tonight it's not for the faint of heart. We're getting extreme in this bitch. When ECW closed its doors in 2001, WWE bought all of its assets after that fact. And then, around 2003, if not 2004, WWE released the DVD of the rise and fall of ECW, I believe. And then, the success of that became to One Night Stand event in 2005 and in 2006. Reviving the ECW brand. The ECW officially closed its doors in 2010, but in honor of Paul Heyman, the Wise Man, being inducted into the Hall of Fame this year, we had to give him a premium live event for him to book. And tonight, Philadelphia, One Night Stand. And I can get into this. Oh my God. 2006, 2007, former ECW champion, the Almighty.
Colorado Springs, Colorado, weighing in at 273 pounds, the Almighty Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley was a part of the ECW brand when he got traded back in 2006. Won the December to Dismember Premium Live event at the time. I mean, granted, not a great one, but nonetheless, a Premium Live event that took place in December of 2006. Won the Extreme Elimination Chamber match. Walked out as ECW champion. Reigned until, I believe, the Backlash in 2007 did Bobby Lashley. So we got the Sandman ECW original and then WWE's ECW superstar in Bobby Lashley. Looking to kick off this Gauntlet Eliminator. Not to mention all the great matches we have still to come later on tonight. Here we go. Sandman, Bobby Lashley to start off One Night Stand. Here we go. Right out the gate, Bobby Lashley. Belly to belly, turning it inside out to kick off this match. And now Lashley thinking for a power bomb. Sandman able to counter. Sandman was able to counter that. Now on the attack here. Big leg sweep takedown by Lashley. And now look at this. Got him out of the way. And now Bobby. Planting the Sandman. Look at the ground and pound. I mean, Lashley's not afraid to showcase his strength offense. Whether it's an extreme environment or not. And keep this in mind, ladies and gentlemen, here tonight, every matchup is under no disqualifications. No count-out rule, meaning anything goes for every match tonight. We have a last man standing. We have a casket match. We have a tag team, no disqualification. We have an Extreme Rules main event. We got an Extreme Rules Cruiserweight World Title matchup. A lot to come tonight. There's Sandman able to take down Lashley with the double leg takedown. And then the ground and pound. But now they're going to go for his trusty Singapore cane. Oh my God! Took one swing. Thinks that's enough for Lashley. Goes for the cover. Hook in the leg. But that's not enough to put away the Almighty. And now the Sandman on the attack. But it's Lashley not afraid to fire back here. Oh my God! Run across the skull, and then run across the back as well. And that was going to be entrant number 3 as the Sandman rolls to the outside. Lashley follows. What the? Wait a minute, is that who I think it is? That's Kane! What the hell is Kane doing here? I mean, granted, Kane is a former ECW champion. And how fitting, I mean, tonight, May 19th, we all know the history with Kane and that date. This does not smell well for Bobby Lashley or the Sandman. Look at Lashley with a, shot to the gut. Oh my God! Barbed wire baseball bat! Kane, are you kidding me? Holy shit, I didn't see that coming at all. And I look at Sandman. Sandman, is that a stop sign? Is that Kane with an E. Kane taking care of Lashley and the Sandman. Oh my God, Kane able to kick it up a notch when he brought out that barbed wire baseball bat. I never knew we had that. Jesus. But look at this. Sandman sending by Kane across ringside there. Send it to the other side of the ring. Bobby Lashley now. Stop sign in hand. Oh. He had something in mind, but now Kane would prevent that from happening. Kane got Lashley up. They're going to send him flying onto the apron. And now the Sandman talking some trash. Oh, Kane! Kane with the stop sign and a lariat to Lashley. Kane, oh my God, Danny tail to the stop sign, and Kane takes care of Lashley. Big Red Machine indeed. And now look at Lashley firing back, able to take Kane down with a lariat. But look at Sandman from behind. Able to send him across ringside once again here. And now Sandman. Oh, shot to the face. And now here comes the final entrant in this Gauntlet Eliminator. No one has yet to been eliminated in this match. But Sandman are going to make Bobby Lashley the first one, but couldn't get it there. What the hell? Cactus Jack! What the hell is Cactus Jack doing here? That crazy son of a dog! Okay, with the stop sign! And now look at Lashley trying to swing. Able to stop it. Kane, and Kane able to swing with the stop sign. Look at Sandman. Oh, and the Cactus Jack with the steel steps in hand. Holy God, this match is chaotic. And we're just getting started. DDT on the Cactus Jack. Sandman in the cover. Looking to eliminate him, but no. Lashley gets tossed at ringside. Look at Kane. Got Sandman. But the Sandman with a backdrop. And now Sandman after Lashley. Cactus Jack, a former ECW Tag Team Champion. ECW Champions of all kind can be in this match. Sandman, former ECW Champion with the pile driver. Unable to pin former ECW Champion Bobby Lashley. And also Kane, a former ECW Champion back in 2008. Holy crap. Ooh. Cactus Jack able to take care of Kane momentarily. Lashley and Sandman in the ring, but Cactus Jack, wicked right, took out Lashley, turned him inside out. Is Lashley done for there? And he is! Cactus Jack can be granted. Lashley took a wicked shot with the baseball bat, and then the stop sign. He gave it all that he could, but in the end, it's his body that gave him out. Cactus Jack sent him off the ropes. As we're down to the final three here. Kane able to send him into the corner. Headbutt there. Sandman was lurking. Sandman was lurking. Kane. Kane's in trouble. Sandman, look at the power. Oh my God. Sandman with the pile driver. Oh, and Kane got the shoulder up. Damn, I thought he had him, but Kane able to withstand that. Cactus Jack couldn't get the knee drop. Sandman sends him off the ropes. Caught him on an elbow. Kane again. Baseball bat. Oh my God! Barbed wire baseball bat. Oh, but Kane with a DDT by Cactus Jack. Cactus Jack nailed him with a DDT. Oh my God, landed onto the bat, and a bulldog by Sandman. Look at Kane. Kane got Sandman in trouble. Tombstone pile driver. And now Kane going for the cover. Kane got him. Tombstone, and the Sandman lives. But Kane's in trouble. Cactus Jack with the bat off the Kane on his shoulder up. What a chaotic scene here. Cactus Jack, mandible claw on the Kane. He had it in for moments, momentarily. Now thinking, going after Sandman with the Cactus driver, but no. Back body drop. Has Cactus suffered enough? No, kick out at one. A kick out at one. Cactus got more left in the tank. Oh no! Oh, adjustment pile driver. Cactus Jack tried to turn over, but Sandman in position. Sandman eliminates Cactus Jack. We're down to the final two. An OG. An OG and Sandman versus Kane. Sandman trying to break him down. I mean, Kane has suffered a lot as well. Has he beaten down the Big Red Machine? The Sandman lives. The Sandman lives on to be extreme!
Here is your winner, the Sandman!
What a kickoff, one-night stand. Sandman did what he had to do to survive, and he came out on top. Oh my God, maybe I should drink some beers. That way I'll start winning some things. Good grief. What a way to kick it off, Sandman. What a win. More to come here at One Night Stand. Live in Cardiff, Wales, our next premium live event in WWE 2K24, it's Clash at the Castle. Ladies and gentlemen, last month on Raw, Rey Mysterio was caught laid out backstage, thinking that Damian Priest had something to do with it, but in reality, it was Dirty Dominick Mysterio that orchestrated an assault plan to take out Rey Mysterio, and Rey knew about it, able to come back at the expense of Dirty Dominick Mysterio after getting a win on Raw this past week against Scripps. Rey Mysterio was not afraid, letting it be known that he wants revenge on his own son, bashing him on the skull with the championship that both men will be fighting for in their third encounter in this universe mode. For the first time since 2K22, Rey Mysterio and Dirty Dominick Mysterio will collide once again for the Cruiserweight World Championship on the line in this Extreme Rules bout. We heard from Rey Mysterio. He couldn't believe that his own flesh and blood would want him out of the WWE. So Rey Mysterio came back with a vengeance. And especially with the fact that Paul Heyman was the one that booked this matchup, wanting to see father versus son take place on a night like this, which usually was going to be the Extreme Rules Premium Live event, but we decided to pay homage to Paul Heyman being in the Hall of Fame, especially being live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Why not go further back to the old days and have a one-night stand, if you will? Rey Mysterio is back for redemption. He wants payback, and he'll get it by any means, including taking on his own son. And now look at this. Look at Dominick Mysterio. Got a mask on and everything. I don't even know if he's mocking his own father like this, but either way, Dominick Mysterio, the Cruiserweight World Champion, won the championship at WrestleMania, defended it against Nathan Frazier and against Santos Escobar so far within his title reign. Within his title reign, he's been successful with his title defenses. But let's see if he can continue that momentum heading towards tonight on a stage like ECW's One Night Stand, a brand, a promotion that gave Rey Mysterio the exposure that he needed to give Dirty Dominick whatever he wanted when he was a kid. And now it seems that all the missed time that Dominick Mysterio had with his father is now biting Rey Mysterio in the ass. All because Dirty Dom is making it so. But let's see how Dirty Dom can fare against Rey Mysterio under ECW rules for the Cruiserweight World Championship. Take it to Mike Rhodes.
Introducing the challenger from San Diego, California, weighing in at 175 pounds, Rey Mysterio! And his opponent from San Diego, California, weighing in at 200 pounds, the Cruiserweight World Champion, Dirty Dominick Mysterio!
Jam-packed, nearly 15,000 plus in the arena here in the Wells Fargo Center to see two men a part of the same blood go at it once again for the third time in their careers. Dirty Dom and Rey Mysterio, this time for championship glory. Representing the LWO versus representing the Judgment Day. Dirty Dom versus Rey Mysterio. And look at that, right off the bat, Dom with a spine buster, able to take out Rey in the early going. But Rey with the elbow right to the sternum of Dom, trying to fight back, but again, Mysterio got his grasp on his own father. And now, oh! It's Rey that sends Dom over the top. And now it's Rey on the offense. Back elbow. And now it's Rey trying to take it towards Dom here. Dom's a bit dazed. Rey Mysterio now searching for a weapon. Brought out a ladder even. Looking to use that to his advantage towards Dom. But look at that. Vertical suplex. And another. Three Amigos early going for Rey Mysterio. Obviously, that move is very buried into the history of the Mysterio family, being friends with the late great Eddie Guerrero. And it's now look at Dom with the kendo stick, Rey on the outside. Oh my God! Kendo stick being swung around. The crowd chanting, "We want tables," as Rey Mysterio gets taken down by Dom with that Frankensteiner. Oh! Dom able to level with his father, able to knock him down. Oh my God! Sledgehammer! Sledgehammer right to the hip! Right to the hip of Rey! Trying to take Rey Mysterio out for good. Able to block that though. And now it's Rey Mysterio sending Dom back in the ring. But then again, trash bin. Oh, you want to call yourself dirty? Here's a trash bin for you, says Rey Mysterio. And now Rey, double leg takedown and a double foot stomp. Rey trying to keep his composure here. Look at this. The crowd said, "We want tables." Rey, they're going to give him one. And now it's Mysterio sending him back in the ring. Now able to shoot the half. Got him. Lateral press. Can he get it? Two. Championship on the line. Unable to do so. Unable to get the win does Rey. Able to dodge the lariat. The Rey on the second rope. Able to take out Dom there. Dom was trying to catch up with what Rey was going to go for from the aerial aspect. But Rey just cut him with a simple drop kick up the second rope. Ducks under now. And now trying to go for a drop kick to the knees. But Dom able to block it. But now Rey trying to go for the legs. And now Dominick Mysterio with a DDT. DDT on the Rey Mysterio. Cover. Shoulders it down, but a shoulder up at one. Obviously, Dirty Dom has something to prove. Wants to prove that he's the better Mysterio. Wants to prove that he's the better man out of the family. Making a name for himself at the expense of his own father. But Rey Mysterio not going down without a fight. Dom thought he had it in control until Rey said otherwise. And Mysterio drop kick to his own father. Every time Rey trying to get back in it, Dom is right there. What's this? Another trash bin. But Rey able to block it. Able to prevent him from using the trash bin. Able to send him back in the ring. And now Dirty Dom measuring Rey. Rey got a chair. And oh my God! Dominick thinking tope suicida. Rey Mysterio got back in the ring and not afraid to use the steel chair. Not afraid to swing at his own son here. And oh my God. Trying to swing for the fence. But look at dirty Dominick Mysterio with those kicks. Lethal kicks there by Dom. But now Rey Mysterio sent him back in the ring. You saw Dom trying to run away, but Rey caught him. And now both men in the ring. It's Dominick Mysterio with those lethal kicks to the legs. And now, oh, look at this. Look at Dom. Dom setting him up here. Setting Rey up. Out to the ropes. Stolen up. Dom connects with the 619. He got him with the 619. Look at Dom. Goes for the cover. Oh, come on. Give me a break. Cover. And Dom retains with the foot on the ropes. Adding insult to injury.
And still, Cruiserweight World Champion, Dirty Dominick Mysterio.
That was a power play by Dominick Mysterio, showcasing that he had Rey right where he wanted him. Didn't even need to put his foot on the ropes because it's legal either way, but he did it just for the sake of it at his own father's expense. Dominick Mysterio retains, still champ of the Cruiserweight World Division. Let's take back to Raw this past couple of weeks, where Trish Stratus hosted an open challenge for any young superstar to step up. Shotzi Blackheart was the one to step up and take on the women's champion, which then led for Trish Stratus to deliver a bulldog and was able to get the win. But that wasn't until Shayna Baszler's music hit. Shayna Baszler, who had won the Money in the Bank contract from Alexa Bliss on Raw about a month or two back, was able to cash it in before the contract expired within a month's time.
Miss Money in the Bank is cashing in her contract.
Baszler knew that the contract was only until about a month later. She had to cash it in. Spirit Stratus won the title. Was able to spirit Trish Stratus into winning the WWE Women's Championship. And Trish Stratus was scheduled for a one-on-one match with Lita by Paul Heyman's booking, but instead, Paul Heyman and Molly Holly came to an agreement to make this match official. A triple threat, a three-way dance for the WWE Women's title. Trish Stratus went after the tag team champions, Lita, and the new women's champion, Shayna Baszler. And that's how we end up to tonight. That's how we end up here in Philadelphia.
The following contest is a triple threat extreme rules match and is for the WWE Women's Championship. Introducing the challenger, representing the Power Trip from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, Trish Stratus.
Alicia Taylor for the announcement, ladies and gentlemen. One after the tag team champions, Trish Stratus, seeking to get her championship back, looking to become a 9-time women's champion. But here comes Lita, former champion in her own right. Making her way down the aisle.
Introducing the challenger from Sanford, North Carolina,
Lita making her way down the aisle. Lita and Trish Stratus has had numerous of matches and moments with each other throughout their rivalry in the past. And honestly, Paul Heyman tried to recreate that once again. I mean, Lita's a former 4-time champion. The last time she won the women's title was 2006.
Introducing the champion from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the WWE Women's Champion, the Queen of Spades,
Now that's the last time Lita was a full-time superstar in WWE, and then 2K18 in Universe Mode, or rather 2K17 I should say, where Lita came back into the fold, won the women's title numerous occasions, and then the last time she was champion was WrestleMania in 2K18. But here comes Shayna Baszler. Last time she was champion was 2K22, when she took on Becky Lynch. I believe she won the women's title at Survivor Series, putting Becky Lynch to sleep. And now tonight, Shayna Baszler, once again, the women's champion. Once again in a triple threat environment. The last time Baszler was in this environment, she lost the championship. Let's see how things will fare tonight, live at ECW's One Night Stand. Second championship bout of the night. We still have 2 more championship matches to take place later on, the WWE and the World Heavyweight Championship. The Intercontinental title will be on the line on the next episode of Raw. And then Jey Uso, the NXT champion, recovered for what happened with Solo Sikoa on NXT Gold Rush last week. That's shots being fired by Shayna Baszler. And now, Trish Stratus looking to take it towards Baszler here. Look at the strikes being delivered. Not to mention, we have an announcement regarding the Tag Team Championship that'll take place later on. That we will announce later on tonight. Will take place later on. The announcement of the Tag Team Championships for the men I'm referring to, but also the women. There's also an announcement for the women later on as well. As Lita being taken out outside the ring by the ringside area. Shayna Baszler's down. Trish Stratus looking to get a toy in the fray. We got a trash bin. Here we go on to Lita. And now look at that. Oh my God! Try to send the champion face first on the can. But it was Trish Stratus on my face first under the trash can there. But now Baszler. Elbow right to the gut on the Trish Stratus. And now on to Lita as well. And now look at this. The Hall of Famers are going to double team. Got her up. Oh my God. Double teaming the champion here. But at the same time, not afraid to go at each other. Send her back in the ring, does Trish Stratus. That's how you'll win the women's title inside the ring. Just to keep order. Trish Stratus here, neck breaker. And now, got her in the corner. Form in the face. Oh my God, Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler with the sledgehammer. Right to the gut of Trish Stratus. You saw Lita escaping the gut wrench right in the nick of time, allowing Stratus to get hit in the gut with the sledgehammer. And now a tornado DDT by Lita onto the champion. Goes for the cover. Hook of the leg. And a kick at 1. As we're live, ladies and gentlemen, here in Philadelphia in the Wells Fargo Center, as Lita now looking to use the sledgehammer, driving it right to the sternum of Shayna Baszler, but it's Baszler with the forearm, and you see Trish Stratus in the background, looking to get a weapon perhaps. Is that a table? Bringing out the table, and now look at Baszler, standing tall momentarily. Able to take care of Lita, perhaps. Trish Stratus is back in the ring. And obviously the champion didn't know it. Lita now involving the situation. Nice, able to block and caught her with a knee. God almighty. And now soul food there by Baszler. Baszler wants a piece of Lita. Oh, but Lita with the strikes. Trying to fight back. Downstairs. Power bomb by Lita. My God. strike after strike to the face, and a drop kick to the spine. All three women are spent in this match so far. Fatigue will be a factor. Look at Baszler with the kendo stick, with Stratus preventing her from using it. And now, Lita, oh no, oh! Slamming the champion's skull onto the floor. As the two challengers trying to withstand, oh no, planting her face first. Remember, Trish Stratus had a broken nose one point. Lita trying to swing with that kendo stick, but it's Baszler sending her by the apron. Baszler, oh, bang on the back driver. Belly the back driver, but it's Lita sending the champion back in the ring. Obviously, Lita wants her hands on the championship once again. It'll be the first time since 2K18 where Lita was the women's champion. Downstairs, up and down. Lita in trouble. Powerbomb by Baszler, but Stratus able to save the match for herself there. And out of this, another right suplex. Oh, and a lariat by Trish. Little light suplex on the Baszler onto the ladder. Then the lariat onto Lita. Looking to win the gold, but Baszler got the shoulder up. My God. So much to unpack here. Trish Stratus wants to become a 9-time women's champion. All she gotta do is survive this match. Bulldog onto the wood, the handle of the sledgehammer there. Lariat by Trish. Oh, sledgehammer right into the gut of Stratus. And now, Lita, cover. Baszler. Trish Stratus able to kick, but Baszler watching on until she got caught there by Lita. And now Lita, cover. Oh, but again it's Stratus able to kick. An inverted DDT. Lita's the one directing traffic here. Takes care of Trish. Kick to the midsection. Caught Baszler locking. Twist of fate. Twist of fate, but can she capitalize? Stratus. She's back in the ring. Lita the cover, and Stratus again makes the save. My God, and now Trish Stratus. Got her. DDT. Baszler. The Queen of Spades. The submission magician with the submission hold. She got elected, but it's Trish Stratus, Hall of Famer, able to turn it around. 9-time. Oh, a takeout by Baszler. Oh my God. Baszler going to do what she can to prevent Trish Stratus from becoming a 9-time champion. Oh, elbow to the face now by Trish. Hey! Trick kick! Hurricane roll onto the sledgehammer! And now it's Lita in control! Oh, the sledgehammer shot to the midsection. Lita into the cover to win the championship! But couldn't get it! Lita wanted to become a 7-time champion, but she couldn't do it. She couldn't do it because of Trish Stratus. She even took out the referee, but now Lita's up top. What's Lita thinking here? Lita! Oh, thinking moonsault, but Stratus got the way. Wrist lock, suplex. And now Baszler with the chair. Stratus with the sledgehammer. Oh my God! The sledgehammer saved Trish Stratus there! Baszler pelted the chair, but the sledgehammer prevented it! Stratus with the sledgehammer! Driving it into Lita! Lita with the lariat! Lita with the sledgehammer. Lita's thinking bad intentions! Oh! And again! Another clothesline! my God, Lita loves using that sledgehammer. Baszler is out for the moment at least, and now Lita again trying to wear down Trish with those sledgehammer shots. God almighty. How much can one take? Bulldog onto the sledgehammer head. Kick to the midsection. Gut wrench. Turns it around. Oh! Gut wrench suplex. The champion got the tag team champion rocked. Is that enough to retain? Lita. And now it's Lita that took out the referee that time. What a triple threat three-way dance. What a three-way dance for the Women's Championship. Oh! The Kusa cutter onto Lita. But Trish Stratus has something in mind. Wanted to drag Baszler away. Baszler wanted to go after Lita. Chick kick. Dodged it. Caught him with a knee. Baszler thinking Karafuda. Karafuda clutch. Karafuda clutch. And Trish is tapping out. But I don't think the referee saw it. The referee got up right when Trish tapped out. And Lita was dazed. Shayna Baszler might have been robbed here. But then again, Lita is dazed on the outside. Baszler now. Double leg takedown. Stratus is back in the fray. Again, Baszler made her tap, but the referee didn't see it. Able to dodge the trash can lid, or the trash can, I should say, from Lita. And now look at this, Baszler and Trish. Oh, meeting of the minds. Meeting of the minds and a side Russian leg sweep. But now Stratus with a side Russian. What a championship match we are witnessing here tonight. Lita able to plant Stratus gut first. Now got her hands on the chair. What's she thinking? Wedging it in the corner perhaps. Irish up the ropes. Duck under. Lariat by Lita. Lita thinking that's it. That's all she got to do to win the women's title. Baszler the free. My God, like a snake just rose. Like a cobra. Just rose up. Did Shayna Baszler right when the pinfall was being made and was able to get involved just in the nick of time. Even Stratus had to kick out too. Such a collision. But now it's Baszler grinding her forearm into the face of Lita. Kick to the gut, smashing Baszler's face into the trash bin to Stratus. All for the name of the WWE Women's Championship. You got two Hall of Famers. You got the current champion Baszler. Something's gotta give in this three-way dance. Double axe handle there by Trish. Trish now goes for the cover. Form in the face. Baszler trying to stop, but Lita had to kick out. Oh my God, what a kick to the face. Baszler with a kick in the face. Lita's up the ring. Baszler retains. Oh my God.
Here is your winner, and still the WWE Women's Champion, the Queen of Spain, Shayna Baszler.
Shayna Baszler was picking her spots. Baszler was picking her spots, and she took advantage. Still, Women's Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, take it back to Raw last month, where Randy Orton was able to attack Drew McIntyre from behind after McIntyre was addressing the WWE Universe. This rivalry between Orton and McIntyre kind of skyrocketed ever since. All it took was Drew McIntyre to mention that he did defeat Randy Orton clean in a matchup. Orton did not like the fact that McIntyre even brought it up again. But luckily, Drew was able to fight for himself, able to defend himself there against the Viper. Which leads us to tonight. They had a contract signing. Orton wanted the Hell in the Cell, but Shawn Michaels made it a last man standing. A match that McIntyre is very familiar with. Who's going to walk out of this one? Last man standing. A match Drew McIntyre is familiar with. Was in this matchup last year.
The contest is a last man standing match. Making his way to the ring from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 254 pounds, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre only seeks after one thing. The World Heavyweight Championship. That is what it's all about between Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. Both men want the world title in the end of it, but this rivalry escalated further after McIntyre got the win over Randy Orton in a one-on-one matchup. Despite that Orton got the win at the Payback Premium Live event, making it 1-on-1. Both men have won a matchup within this series, and now it's time to settle the score here tonight.
And his opponent from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 275 pounds, the Viper,
the WWE's Apex Predator. Randy Orton said that he cannot get over the fact that Drew McIntyre was out bragging that he beat Randy Orton clean. Orton just didn't like it. He didn't like that McIntyre came off a bit braggadocious, if you will. So Orton tried to shut him up, but McIntyre is not looking to back down at all. Which kind of leads us to tonight, where Randy Orton and McIntyre, both men said it on Raw this past week, looking to beat the hell out of each other. They're going to beat each other senseless to where neither man could walk out at all. We'll see how both men exchange in this last man standing environment. The last time Orton was in this match, he lost to Kane at SummerSlam. Orton, Drew McIntyre, last man standing here in Philly. The bell is swung, and here we go. As able to drive the knee to the midsection, got him up on his shoulders. Does Drew McIntyre the early go and taking it to Orton here. As shot to the midsection. Randy Orton got him here. Side Russian leg sweep. Orton, I guess he wants a count. Maybe he wants the referee to count, but McIntyre now getting up to his feet. I guess it's too early. As big kick to the gut, or maybe to the sternum. On the shoulder, or a lariat rather, able to take him down. A short arm lariat taking McIntyre down, and a power slam to follow. Orton wants to see if McIntyre is down for the count for the referee to make the official 10 count. But he's got to do more than that. Can't even go for any like pinfall or submission. None of that in this matchup. Orton able to knock down McIntyre. McIntyre's knocked down per se. Oh my God. Not again. This is the second time we're seeing that barbed wire bat. Oh my God. Swung for the fence. But McIntyre, how does he withstand it? Look at Orton. DDT. Holy. But the referee not making the count yet because McIntyre The referee, I guess the only way to make the count official is if the referee knows that they're down for the count. And I guess in the referee's eyes, it's too early. Oh! Sledgehammer right to the gut. As Randy Orton, look at Drew rolling out to the outside. But again, Drew is getting up to his feet. As Randy Orton obviously wants to get his hands on Drew here. Both men are just at a feel-out process. And now the referee makes the count.
2, 3, 4, 5,
McIntyre down. Count of 6. Look at Orton taunting, but McIntyre getting up to his feet. But Orton right there for the picking. Oh, again. Got the arm in hand and now just kicks to the sternum and then a clothesline. And now goes for the count again. Count of 5. 6. Orton, he thinks he's down, but McIntyre's up again on the count of 8 to the DDT. Again, they're going to go for the count.
4,
Count of 4.
5, 6,
Count of 6.
7, 8.
Count of 8, and Orton can't believe that McIntyre is still fighting. Kick to the midsection, but now look at Drew. Irish whip, drives the shoulder right into Orton. Able to take him down with that shoulder tackle, thinking power slam, Orton counter with a DDT.
2, 3, 4,
Count of 4. Count of 5.
6,
Count of 6. 7. 8. But it's McIntyre. Irish whip, turn around. Ducks under. Goes over. Elbow. And now Orton with the sledge.
2, 3,
Count of 3.
4, 5,
Orton's being very, very tactical here. He's picking his spots, knowing when McIntyre's about to get up. Sledgehammer in hand, drives it right to the sternum, and now look at Orton trying to attack him here. But now Orton does press. The crowd seems to be behind Randy Orton here.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Count of 6. Randy Orton. And again, McIntyre not going down. Orton thinking RKO. And a power slam onto the sledgehammer. McIntyre might have Orton here. Tossed him. Orton now trying to get him to his feet. And now it's Orton on defense. McIntyre with the sledgehammer. Got him in the corner. Oh, right to the spine. God almighty. Claymore. McIntyre with the Claymore.
2, 3,
The shot to the spine with the sledgehammer. The Claymore. Orton. Is he down? Count of 8. Count of 9! Orton's down! McIntyre wins it!
Here is your winner, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre!
Randy Orton thought he had it all figured out to beat McIntyre here. But sadly, it is the Scottish Warrior that ends this chapter on a high note. As McIntyre is once again last man standing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the brackets for the Women's Tag Team Championship #1 Contendership Tournament, as we're able to see Damage Control and the League make their way into the finals, able to carve their paths, able to defeat their respective teams throughout the tournament. And now tonight, it's all come down to this: who will become the #1 contender for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship in this tournament final. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Women's Tag Team Championship Tournament Final. Bayley, Dakota Kai from Damage Control. Bayley, the Women's World Champion. Not bringing the title out here tonight because it's about the #1 contendership for the Tag Team Championships. No disqualification in this tag team match. The only rule in this matchup is that tags have to be made, meaning the legal stars in the match gotta make the pinfall or submission in order to get the win. Other than that, there's no rules, no disqualification, no countouts. Chairs, weapons, any kind can be used. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We got Damage Control, and now here comes the League. The League making their way down the aisle. They've been in this predicament before. They've competed in a matchup where they were the #1 contenders for the women's tag team titles, but they weren't able to win the championship. Now tonight, they're in the finals of this tournament to where they can become the #1 contenders for the tag team championships. Let's see if they will go all out or will they go broke in the League against Damage Control here tonight. No disqualifications in this tag team match. The bell is rung and here we go. This is a tournament final. Only 2 more matches left to go tonight. We got the WWE Championship Casket match between Cody Rhodes and Damian Priest. And an RVD and Roman Reigns for the world title in our main event. As JCJ with that high kick knocking Bayley down. The former multiple time women's champion, I should say. The current and brand new women's world champion who won the title this past week on Monday Night Raw. Able to defeat Bianca Belair. Able to end the fighting champion era of Bianca Belair early. Elbow to the face. Kicked in the midsection by JCJ. Kicked right back there by Bayley. And now an Irish whip. Got her. Got her in the corner. Going to work here. Oof. Stomp after stomp. Not looking good if you're JCJ. Ooh. Elbow right to the upper back. And now Bayley off the ropes. And big elbow right across the sternum. And now look at Bayley. Uh-oh. Recognizing that it's no disqualification. Steel chair. And hit. Oh, God. Already swinging for the fences. But it's JCJ with a neckbreaker onto the chair. And look at that, goes for the cover. Smart move. But Dakota Kai, well aware, able to make the save. And now Sonya Deville and Dakota Kai almost talking trash with one another. Lariat there by Bayley. Oh. A palm strike by Bayley. Now a tag made. There comes Dakota Kai. Oh, Dakota with a drop kick. Able to knock down JCJ. And now, oh, face first. And a double foot stomp to follow. Kick to the midsection. Irish swim up the ropes. And deep arm trap. And, ooh. Big kick right to the spine by Dakota in this tag team match so far. And now they're going to drag. Ooh. I believe JC Jane, I should say, into the corner. And now Bayley and Dakota got devious tactics in mind. Oh! Double boot. Oh, right to the gut and to the spine. Or to the back, I should say. And now a tag. Sonya got the tag. Bayley with the... Oh, my God! Breaking up the Slim Jim. And now look at Sonya after taking care of Dakota Kai. Cross body by Bayley. Bayley was dealing with JC Jane on the outside, and now Sonya trying to roll out of harm's way. Able to block that one, but Bayley counters. And now Bayley with the right, got it from behind, German suplex. Trying to go for a swinging right, couldn't get it there. And now able to send her back in the ring. Is that a guitar in her hand? Sonya Deville looking to rock out. Oh my God! On to Dakota Kai. Jeez, man. I didn't expect that to be so sudden. Good grief. And now Bayley. What's this? Oh, bell ringer. And then a German suplex. Combination of moves. And now Bayley goes for the cover to become the #1 contender for the tag team titles, but couldn't get it there. Let's see if that Damage Control wants all the gold here. But it's the lead that looks to try to turn things around. They want a shot at the gold. They want a shot at a Trish and Tiff as Bayley made the tag. Here comes Dakota Kai. Planet gut first, goes for the cover. Sonya. Oh, referee did not get in position in time, allowing Dakota to kick before even a 1 count. Those kicks, and now Dakota Kai. Fireman's carry. Sonya lined out on her feet, trying to counter, but a swinging roundhouse kick by Dakota. And out, snap hair takedown. And that one, a neck snap. Dakota going to work here. Is that enough to put away Sonya? Referee in position. 2 count. Able to kick out. Able to kick out, but unable to get the job done early, does Dakota Kai. And now it's Dakota on the outside, looking for a weapon. Sonya Deville, drop kick. Down goes Bayley. And now Dakota bringing in the trash bin. We've seen that a lot tonight. Oh my God! Wicked kicks right to the face. But look at Sonya Deville. Shoulder first goes Dakota. Able to create an opening tag. And now look at this. Look at JC Jane. Oh, a detonation kick. Detonation kick by JC Jane onto Dakota Kai to become the #1 contender and can't get it at all. Oh, but you're damn right, tag team wrestling. And double leg takedown. No doubt if ECW had a women's division, it would flourish. Knowing the type of man Paul Heyman is, willing to give everyone an opportunity. Kick to the midsection. Dakota Kai got her in the submission. Submission locked in. This is how she advanced in the tournament. Look at Bayley, double leg takedown. But I don't think Sonya tapped there. I think Dakota Kai wants to do more damage. Oh no. On a stop sign onto the knee. Imagine getting a stop sign dropped on your knee. God almighty. Oh, Jesus. Face first off the post. Holy shit. Oh. Planet gut first there by Sonya. Planet gut first there. Dakota Kai in a bad spot in this no disqualification tag team match again. Swiping her legs, dropping her gut and face first. All in the name to become the #1 contender for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Able to send across ringside. Elbow. And now it's Sonya. Looking to maybe finish the job here. Sonya feels she has this in the bag. Dakota Kai is crawling. I don't think Sonya realized. Bring out a guitar, but Bayley got the tag. Bayley and Sonya, the legal ones here. Oh, nice weave. Able to dodge that Sonya. Another former MMA trainee is all sliding knee to the spine. Saw that bob and weave there by Sonya moments ago. Good grief. And now goes for a cover. Cover there by Sonya. Trash get in the way, cameraman, but cover. And a kick out. Bad camera angle by the cameraman. Holy. Kick to the gut. Bayley! Bayley got her! Rose plant! Rose plant by Bayley! Isn't enough! Hook of the leg! That's it! Damage control is the #1 contender! JCJ thought that Sonya was going to kick out that time, but Bayley and Dakota Kai were able to get the win. Rose plant, damage control, gets a tag team title shot on Monday Night Raw on the next episode after a one-night stand. Live in Cardiff, Wales, our next premium live event in WWE 2K24, it's Clash at the Castle. Our next NXT event will be Spring Breakin, another NXT special featuring the youngest superstars of today. You don't want to miss it live in Las Vegas, Nevada. NXT Spring Breakin. What a night it has been so far. As wait a minute. There comes the man that's in charge. The Heartbreak Kid. Shawn Michaels! Holy, we got 2 more matches left to go, but my God, what a night's been. We had a great Cruiserweight Championship match. We had a great triple threat for the women's title. We saw Damage Control claiming the #1 contendership for the women's tag titles. The Sandman survived a crazy Eliminator Gauntlet match. McIntyre's the last man standing. All took place here tonight at One Night Stand.
Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to come out here and say thank you to every one of you for tuning in to Universe Mode Weekly. It's because of you we've made it to our 10th season. We appreciate the fact that you're patient with us, that you're looking forward to what's next, which is why, as of late, we've been focusing on restoring the feel, as we're going to cut back on things being serious and make things fun again. We're going to restore the feeling of what makes this universe mode one of the best ones ever.
I like to hear that. I like the sound of that. What the hell? Wait a minute! Holy shit! The head chief is here! It's The Rock! The Rock at an ECW Premium Live event! But why? I mean, we saw The Rock on Raw a few weeks ago saying, hey, The Rock has got to go for a bit. And when The Rock does come back, you will smell what The Rock is cooking. We have no idea what he meant by that. And yet, he shows up here tonight live in Philadelphia. A place that The Rock knows very well. Main evented his first WrestleMania in this city back in 1999. You're damn right this is a holy shit moment. The Rock is in the house at an ECW event. With Shawn Michaels in the ring nonetheless. Wow. The crowd can't believe this.
Shawn Michaels, how exactly are you and that bitch, Triple H,
oh my God,
going to restore that electrifying feeling? You can't, and you never will. The Rock is here to tell you how exactly we're going to restore that feeling. You see, ever since that big beat friend of yours took something that the people loved, something that the people enjoyed every week, something that The Rock made famous, he took that away. And after that, I made it my mission to get it back. The last time everyone saw The Rock, I said that when I come back, you will all smell what The Rock is cooking.
We still have no idea what you mean by that, Rock.
Starting tonight, The Rock has negotiated an agreement to have a little power. And Sean, you can have Monday Night Raw, because The Rock will single-handedly restore the feeling. A draft will happen within a week's time.
A
Not
what?
on Raw, on the Return of the People's Show.
A what?
SmackDown.
What? SmackDown? SmackDown's coming back?
Wait a minute. Nobody told me any of this. I'm just finding this out in public. You have power to bring back SmackDown, and we're having a draft. Have you made your initial draft picks?
You're damn right I did. I just ran into that person before I came out here. In fact, let me introduce him to you.
What the hell? Are you kidding me? No! Get away! Ladies and gentlemen, it's CM Punk! The Rock got CM Punk as his first draft pick for SmackDown! Holy crap, the crowd is going crazy! We haven't seen Punk since the Royal Rumble! CM Punk has not been seen in Universe Mode since around the Royal Rumble time, back in January, February time. And now, Punk is live in living color. The best in the world, the real best in the world, CM Punk is live again in Universe Mode. I got chills! What a scenery! My God! CM Punk is here! He's live at ECW's One Night Stand! Hey, a former ECW champion! CM Punk going face to face with The Rock. A man he fought at SummerSlam back in 2K20 Season 6 when Punk made his initial return. Face to face with Raw's General Manager Shawn Michaels. Remember, Punk is the first initial draft pick for SmackDown. Oh, what the? Hey, wait a minute! No, Punk! No! Go to sleep on the Shawn Michaels! The Rock gave a signal and Punk obliged! Oh my God! I think SmackDown just threw the first shot! Oh my, well, ladies and gentlemen, it's official! The WWE Draft is coming back! This coming week on the returning SmackDown! Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next for the WWE title in a casket match, Damian Priest, who earned this opportunity by winning 2 crucial matches to meet Cody Rhodes for the WWE title. Let's take it back to the triple threat match where Damian Priest won against Kevin Owens and Bobby Lashley to qualify to be in the #1 contender matchup against the man who qualified in Sheamus. Both men qualified in their respective triple threat wins, where Damian Priest with the elevated flatliner able to get the win, able to pin Sheamus to then come face to face with the American Nightmare once again, this time for the WWE title. Plus Damian Priest even told us a story.
When I first got here to WWE, I was told that I would be featured on a returning NXT brand in Season 8. But because plans were changed, I got my first start by dropping Cody Rhodes. When Cody won the Universal title, I made my debut. Now, my win-lose record against Cody isn't too sweet. But once I earn the right to be #1 contender, it will only be a matter of time until Cody Rhodes' WWE title reign meets a reckoning by yours truly.
The following contest is a casket match that is for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've seen a lot take place tonight. We've seen a few champions retain their championship title. We've seen Dirty Dominick Mysterio, a fellow member of the Judgment Day, retain the Cruiserweight Championship. We have Finn Balor, a member of the Judgment Day, who will be facing Seth Rollins on Raw this coming week for the Intercontinental Championship on the Raw before the returning SmackDown and the WWE Draft. And now tonight, Damian Priest has an opportunity to walk away with the biggest prize in our sport, to crown himself the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. A championship that has been merged with the WWE title and the Universal Championship, combined becoming the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. Damian Priest wants to be the head and shoulders above all, wants all of us to rise when Damian Priest is our WWE Undisputed Champion. But there is a problem with that. You got the American Nightmare, who finished his story at this year's WrestleMania, winning the title against the undefeated King of the Ring in Gunther. The American Nightmare in Cody Rhodes. He was able to win the championship and retained it at the Payback Premium Live event in Pittsburgh when he went up against Gunther. And now tonight, his title hangs in the balance or will be put to rest. There's a chance of Cody Rhodes' WWE title reign being put to rest if he loses tonight. The American Nightmare has won the championship, has been a fighting champion, has been active. We saw him on Raw compete against Ludwig Kaiser over the last couple of weeks, and now Cody Rhodes with momentum on his side, heading towards tonight's big matchup. Never defended the title in a casket match. How do you win a casket match? Simple, but it's easier said than done. All you gotta do is put your opponent in the casket and close the lid. Again, easier said than done. You got two superstars willing to lay it all on the line, all for the title hanging around the waist of the American Nightmare. Can Damian Priest add championship gold to the Judgment Day? Can he walk out as the undisputed WWE Champion? Let's take it to Alicia Taylor in this matchup.
Introducing the challenger from New York City, weighing in at 249 pounds, Damian Priest. And his opponent from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Title is on the line. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll have more information regarding the brand split coming back after tonight. But right now, the Undisputed title on the line as the referees.
No pinfall, submissions, disqualifications, or countouts. The only way to win is for a superstar to force their opponent inside of the casket. After closing the casket lid shut, the remaining superstar will be declared the winner. Now, let the match begin!
Here we go. Undisputed title casket match. And it's Damian Priest with those wicked strikes to begin this matchup in his favor. He said that tonight you put the final nail in the coffin of Cody Rhodes' story of being the WWE champion. Oof. As Damian Priest beating down Cody in the early going, and now feels the need to open the casket. Looking to want to put his opponent in it. Not afraid to get a weapon in the process. God almighty, swinging for the fence. Shout out to Yankee, baseball player, legend, greatest of all time, even to some, in Babe Ruth. Damian Priest, fellow New Yorker, trying to give us his impression there of Babe Ruth. As Cody Rhodes able to counter. And our Rhodes sending Priest to the outside. As Cody Rhodes now got Priest all cross jacket DDT. No protection for Priest. Planted headfirst onto the floor, and now it's Cody Rhodes with the bat onto the knee and onto the noggin of Damian Priest. Just swinging for the fence. As Cody Rhodes, after swinging with the bat, cross Rhodes onto the floor. Cross Rhodes onto the floor by Cody. And now, taking it further with a suplex. Another wicked thud you hear when planted onto the floor. Does Cody Rhodes with that suplex on the Priest. That's Cody Rhodes. Feels that he has Priest right where he want him, but it's Damian Priest. They're going to make him pay for it. And I think Priest is busted open as well. I couldn't tell if that was his blood or maybe makeup he might have added, or face paint, if you will. But nonetheless, Damian Priest. Wants to get his hand on the bat. Jesus. Oh, God, right to the bicep, off the arm, to the back of the neck, to the back. Damian Priest not afraid to unload on the Cody Rhodes here. Elbow after elbow, God. Damian Priest up on the shoulders, but Cody Rhodes with a chop block. Oof. As the WWE champion, holding his own here. Look at Rhodes setting him over into the casket. Rhodes are going to finish the job here. Rhodes are going to finish it. Rhodes taking too much time. He's trying to figure out how to go about closing the lid. Maybe he has an advantage closing it that way. But look at Priest holding it for dear life. And Damian Priest powers out, able to get back in the ring. Got a bat in hand. Oh, Rhodes sees it. Rhodes trying to fight. No, able to block it. Able to block it. And it's Cody Rhodes with a clothesline. Was able to block it. The baseball bat attempt by Damian Priest. He tried to strike with it, but luckily Cody Rhodes able to avoid, and Cody Rhodes with a shovel. Cody Rhodes with a damn shovel. Being sent onto the barricade, and up. Oh, reeled in, boot to the face. What's Priest thinking here? South of heaven. Oh no! Onto the floor. God almighty! Onto the floor, onto the bat as well. Damian Priest knows he can afford to beat the hell out of Rhodes. He just broke the kendo stick over his head. Oh my God. And, oh, big kick to the midsection. Oh no, wait, Cody Rhodes! Pedigree! Rhodes with a pedigree on the Damian Priest! And on Cody Rhodes with the bat! Swinging for the fence! On to Damian Priest! Oh my God! And look at Priest able to get the bat out the hand of Rhodes. Got him downstairs. Power bomb? No. Rhodes able to counter. And now Priest able to sidestep, sending Rhodes right by the steps. And now Damian Priest feels he has Cody Rhodes right where you want him. The title reign of Cody could be drawing near. The WWE Champion not looking too good as Damian Priest able to turn the tide. Now it's Priest, got him. Vertical suplex. As Damian Priest rubs it into the Philly crowd's face that their fan favorite and Cody not looking too good right now. But Cody with a shot to the midsection. Cody got his hands on Priest, but it's Priest fights out with the elbows. And now sidewalk slam. Irish whip. And now, he sent Cody through the ropes. Able to Irish whip Cody through the ropes. Cody's in the casket. Cody's in the casket. Title's on the line. Damian Priest is going to do it. Damian Priest is going to do it. Oh, and Cody Rhodes. Rhodes able to power through. It's a good thing Cody added a few pounds of muscle over the years, because who knows if Priest would oh God, what a super kick! Who knows if Priest would have been the WWE Champion right then and there? Priest, look at him make it happen! South of heaven! And now Cody set into the casket. Cody's in trouble. Priest got the casket. Oh, but he can't close the casket with one arm though. At least Cody tried to use both arms. Priest able to use one. Got his hands on the bat again. Both men back in the ring. Cody Rhodes, Crossroads. Crossroads by Cody. Cody taking Priest into the casket. Cody Rhodes, look at the close-it. Cody Rhodes retains the championship. Wow.
Here is your winner, and still the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Both men fought tooth and nail. Damian Priest tried his damnness to beat a final nail in Cody Rhodes' coffin as far as his title reign is concerned, but it's Cody that closes this chapter on his title reign with Damian Priest. Our next NXT event will be Spring Breakin, another NXT special featuring the youngest superstars of today. You don't want to miss it live in Las Vegas, Nevada. NXT Spring Breakin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what's coming up this coming week. We got Monday Night Raw, then we'll have NXT Spring Breakin, and then the WWE Draft with the returning episode of SmackDown. All coming out very soon as we'll have the Women's World Title on the line on the next episode of Raw. Bianca Belair looking to get her revenge against Bayley after being robbed on Raw last week. Bayley, Bianca, steel cage for the Women's World Title. After getting an upset tag team win against the Viking Raiders, Briggs and Jensen will be able to get a tag team title opportunity against the Viking Raiders. Can this time a fluke be championship glory? CM Punk, after appearing earlier tonight at ECW's One Night Stand, will appear on Monday Night Raw for the first and last time before he's on the SmackDown brand. Also, Finn Balor will meet Seth Rollins in the opening match on Monday Night Raw after One Night Stand with the Intercontinental title on the line. Can Balor win the only title he never held, or Rollins retain? Also, Roxanne Perez will take on Tegan Nox for the NXT #1 contendership for the NXT Women's title, who will be the challenger for Tiffany Stratton and NXT Spring Breakin. Coming up next, it's our main event. Rob Van Dam, Roman Reigns, two men very close to the Wise Man, will duke it out in an Extreme Rules bout for the World Heavyweight Championship.
The following contest is an Extreme Rules match and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Will history be made here tonight? As here comes a man that at this very event won the ECW and WWE titles, Mr. Highlight Reel, in Rob Van Dam, Mr. Premium Live Events. Have an opportunity to recreate history. They're going to become the World Heavyweight Champion for the first time in his career. RVD's been chasing after the title since cashing in the Money in the Bank contract back in March. He unsuccessfully cashed it in, but since then, now been given an opportunity at Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman made this matchup. Two of his favorite stars in wrestling that can still go at it, looking to duke it out in this extreme bout for the World Heavyweight Championship in tonight's main event. As here comes the Tribal Chief, and he's not coming alone. The World Heavyweight Champion, along with the man who this event is about, the Hall of Famer, the Wise Man, the Special Counsel to the Tribal Chief. We've seen a lot of shocking moments throughout the night. CM Punk made his big return to Universe Mode in a very big way. Even took out Shawn Michaels with a go to sleep, sending the first shot representing SmackDown. And now we will have the WWE Draft taking place this coming week on the returning SmackDown. SmackDown was never gone. It was on hiatus back at the Royal Rumble. It was always been Monday Night Raw for the last couple of months. But it seems that The Rock has turned the tide, able to change the plans of D-Generation X, of Shawn Michaels and Triple H. And the question is, really, does the Bloodline have anything to do with this? We'll find out. We will find out where Roman Reigns will lie. Will it be on the Raw brand? Or will it be on SmackDown under The Rock's control? Because The Rock said he got a little power, almost making him a boss in the WWE, to where he brought back a show that he made famous, a show that the word of is in a dictionary, SmackDown. But tonight, it's all about the Tribal Chief. It's all about the Mr. Premium Live event. It's about Roman Reigns defending the World Heavyweight title in our main event here at One Night Stand in an Extreme Rules matchup against Rob Van Dam. Roman Reigns won the title at WrestleMania, defended it against Finn Balor. This is Roman Reigns' second title defense, and it's against his wise man's own favorite. The world title on the line. Let's take it to our ring announcer, Mike Rome.
Introducing the challenger from Battle Creek, Michigan, weighing in at 235 pounds, Rob Van Dam! And his opponent from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, Roman Reigns!
I'm starting to feel like we're entering a renaissance. But will Roman Reigns be the one to lead the charge? Or will it be that man, Rob Van Dam? Never held that world title. He's been chasing after it for years. Will it be RVD's turn to hold big gold around his waist? From 2002, 2013, and now 2024, RVD has another chance at the world title. And here we go. Roman Reigns right off the bat. Strikes being delivered. Got him up on his shoulders. Both! Fireman's carried in a wicked straight fist right to the face of Van Dam. And now, Roman Reigns going to work here. Stomping on the hand and now just pounding away on the Rob Van Dam. As Roman taking it towards RVD here. As Roman Reigns now just working on the shoulder. And I think the wise man trying to get a weapon involved. And look at this, Paul Heyman. Well, wait a minute. You saw Heyman got rid of the turnbuckle pad. And then you saw the trash bin. Now Roman with the ladder. And the crowd wanting tables says, whoa! Roman using the ladder. And now Roman goes for the cover. Hook of the leg. Could it be? Oh, wow. Kick out at one. Irish whip off the ropes. And a nice tilt-a-whirl slam. Tilt-a-whirl slam by Roman Reigns. Oh, kick to the midsection there. As we're trying to get all angles of this matchup between these two superstars. Another line suplex by Van Dam. As RVD got him up on his shoulders. Thinking snake eyes. As RVD making sure that the wise man not trying to do anything funny. But a leg drop by RVD, stomp to the face, and again. And now drives the knee to the side of the head. Rob Van Dam now looking to become world champion out of spite, or he has any vendetta towards Roman Reigns. Is it just business for RVD? Another night for Van Dam. As RVD plans to win the world title, maybe celebrate with a little 420 action. I know I will. As RVD with a gut-wrench suplex planted on the Roman Reigns. As RVD feels that he's in control in this match with a standing moonsault to follow. Remember, no disqualifications, no countouts. As RVD tried to use the sledgehammer for Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns with that drop toe hold, able to avoid it. And now Van Dam in trouble. As Roman Reigns just making sure Van Dam is down. I think he's going after a weapon here. Oh, they're going to bring out a table. The fans wanted it. But Roman sees RVD up to his feet. And oh, wow. Ran to the steps. And then an elbow drop for good measure. Roman Reigns going to keep things in control. What an exploder suplex there by the Tribal Chief. As Van Dam suffering series of rights or lefts by Roman Reigns. And, oh! Paul Heyman want to keep his distance. Don't want to get too close between two guys he knows and loves very well. Roman sending Van Dam back in the ring. Irish whip up the ropes. Spear! Roman Reigns! What a spear! Referee in position! Into the cover! Not enough to retain! Roman can't believe that it wasn't enough. The spear was not enough as Van Dam is slowly creeping up to his feet, but now Roman Reigns well aware. And now it's RVD. Look at that monkey flip. But it's Roman again. Able to rebound and then a shoulder tackle. As Roman Reigns now looking for another toy perhaps to mess around with. Kendo stick in hand. Holy! Oh, but Van Dam ate it and got back up with a lariat. And that was Van Dam with a DDT. And now RVD bringing him into the steps. Again, ladies and gentlemen, World Heavyweight title on the line in our main event. No holds barred, no disqualification bout. He had a chair in hand, but Roman knocked it out. And now Roman Reigns bringing Van Dam back in the squared circle. Irish up off the ropes. Ducks under. Got the arm. Oh, but a lariat knocking RVD onto the ladder. But Roman. Oh, wait. Counter. Lariat. RVD in the corner trying to get up. But look at Roman driving him shoulder first into the post. And now look at Roman just choking the life out of Van Dam here. As the members of the wrestling audience here in Philadelphia witnessing history tonight with ECW's One Night Stand, and RVD drives the shoulder right onto the canvas. Big kick. Roman Reigns with a chop. But Van Dam tries to fire back here. It's Roman and Van Dam back and forth. But it's RVD that gets knocked down. What a match for the World Heavyweight title. And now Roman Reigns are going to seal the deal. Look at the call of the night. Spear! That's got to do it. Roman Reigns retains the World Heavyweight Championship. No! RVD got the shot up at 2. Oh my God! What is it gonna take for Van Dam to stay down? Look at that, RVD slides up the ring! He got slammed and he took advantage of that one opening to slide out the ring. But now look at Roman Reigns with a power bomb on the floor. Jeez, man. Good grief. Power bomb the shit out of Van Dam on the outside. And look at the wise man watching on. Paul Heyman orchestrated this, but Van Dam able to knock Roman Reigns back down. But it's Roman Reigns with the Irish whip counter. Paul Heyman is Roman's wise man. RVD is Paul Heyman's friend. But Heyman obviously looking to back up the tribal chief rather than his friend in RVD. It was Roman that chose Paul Heyman, not the other way around. Oh, off the post! Van Dam feels that he has things in hand. RVD. He's about to go away for a second, but he saw Roman again not staying down. Look at the strength of Van Dam. 265 pounds. Rob Van Dam with an Alabama slam under the world champion with the whole crowd behind him. On a normal WWE event, I would refer to the fans as WWE Universe, but tonight, this is ECW One Night Stand. I ain't going that far. For the wrestling crowd, the fans tonight have been electric all night. Roman Reigns drags Van Dam back in the ring, and now Roman Reigns, he knows why. Guillotine. He knows he can beat Van Dam with the guillotine. And that's it! RVD taps out!
Here is your winner, and still World Heavyweight Champion, Roman Reigns!
He saw an opening! Roman saw an opening and took advantage! Choked out Van Dam! Still World Champion! I thank you for watching live in Philly for ECW's One Night Stand.